Okay, here we go. Silver Bells, layout 1. Let's start with doing a little prep. You're going to need your irresistibles that you cut to be matte, some charcoal ink, and a foam tool. And we luckily only have to do the outside because these are mattes, so the only part that's going to show is like the outside 1/4 inch. So get a little ink. Sorry about the shaking of the camera. And we're just going to do the outside. Look at that. These irresistibles are awesome. This is the second go round that we have of these printed ones. A long time ago, we had a bunch of irresistibles, but they brought them back. And this is the second set. And you can still buy both sets and use them again and again in your crafting, because you can color them any way you want. So this is the charcoal ink. And I'm just rubbing it around the outside edge. And that's just gonna make such a cool looking mat behind the silver glitter paper. So we're just gonna go through and do that on all of them. And so let's talk. What's going on? I watched some videos and I found that as I was watching them, it was kind of interesting to hear people's stories that they were telling while they were putting together their pages and stuff. So my current story is that we've got our house up for sale and we're waiting on people to go see it and hopefully want to buy it. What an ordeal it was to actually put it all together and do all the work. You just do not realize how bad your house is until you move out. And then you suddenly realize that you were willing to live with a lot of things in the house that, weren't that great. The walls that needed to be painted and outlet covers that never got put back on and marks on the wall and just stupid stuff that we could have, fixed a long time ago, but instead spent the last year having to work on when we weren't even able to enjoy it. So, hey, isn't this cool? I mean, imagine putting a photo in there and even leaving some of the white. I mean, I just love the way that looks. So now I'm not going to do all of them in front of you, but I'm going to do the ones for the first layout, just so you can see how simple this is to just put a little color on. And now there's lots of other ways you could apply color. Do you guys remember brayers? We used to use brayers on our cards and our pages. I do have a brayer around here someplace, so that would be one thing. You just roll it right on too, right? You can actually daub like this too. You don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. You could just kind of dot it until it's darker, but I find it's a little bit faster this way. And then you can use other mediums too. It doesn't have to just be regular ink. There's other things you can use on it. You can try lots of different stuff, actually. Try some paints, try some chalks, see how they look. Because the whole idea is the shiny bits are resisting. And so pretty much anything, any way you color it, is probably going to still have the same cool look to it, just with a different medium and intensity. All right. So at the same time as we're trying to sell our house, we're starting to look for another house, but we really can't be serious about it until the spring, because we were in an apartment until August, and I don't want to have to pay for an apartment I'm not living in at the same time as we're paying on a new house. So right now we're just going to open houses. That way we don't bother a realtor, and checking them out and seeing what we like and what we don't like. We've done 2 so far, and it's already been eye-opening. The amount of money that they charge down here in Illinois for an ugly house would blow your mind. It really would. All right, here we go. That's the first page, and you're just going to go ahead and continue in doing the ones for layout 2 and layout 3. Okay, let's get started on page 1 of layout 1, and you're going to need your green kind of star paper. Supposed to be snowflakes, I think, but it looks like stars to me. And we're going to start over on the right hand side with 1A, which is this one. Let me make sure that you can see everything in my camera. Okay, I think we're good. This goes flush with the edge, so no measuring involved. And this whole page, this whole layout should go together pretty fast. There's not a lot of prep. We already did the mats. Now you're gonna need your sticker sheet. Look at these stickers. Oh my gosh. And I'm gonna take this one from the top here. And that again is gonna go flush with the left edge of the piece you just put down. Make sure, oh, yep, there is a side that goes up and a side that goes down. So make sure that the little, what are those? They look like cherries, but I'm pretty sure they're not cherries. Holly berries? Maybe holly berries are pointing upwards. And just back that up right against that piece, and let's see if it went over just slightly. So I'm gonna trim. I thought it was a little long. Okay. And then next is piece 1B, and 1B is this big one. You can use either side. Now this is gonna go, it looks like it's going right over those two pieces we just did, and then about a 1 inch up. So let me get my ruler. I'm gonna push this up slightly. Now I'm actually gonna use pictures on these layouts, and the reason is because I bought myself a little photo printer, and that has made all of the difference, folks. So get yourself a little photo printer, because boy, oh boy, it is so nice to be able to print the photos in the orientation and in the size that you need for a layout. And all these times that I've been telling you that, you know, you can switch the mats to be a different size, which you can, but with a photo printer, you don't need to. It's really pretty awesome, because you can, using a couple different apps. I use Project Life app, and then I use one called Fit to Size. But using those apps, it's very, very easy to get a 4x4, 3x3, 3x4, 4x6, whatever you need. And then the printer that I use, which is the Epson PictureMate 400, that will go up to 5x7. So that's going to work for any close to my heart workshop that you have. All right, so now we put the gray with the little strands of pearls there on there. And then we got one more, but we're going to use, you see, is that another sticker, or is that, I think that is a sticker. Okay, so this is going to be this sticker down here, and we're going to have to cut that to the right length. Let me see if it tells me. Yep, 10 inches. So the gold border sticker, you're going to cut to 10 inches. So I'm just going to do it right on the sticker sheet. Let me see if the second one is going to have to be cut to 10 inches too. I bet it is. Yep, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move it over to the 10-inch mark. I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to go down until I hit white space here right above this gold sticker, and then I'll stop. And that will give me two 10-inch stickers. Get that out of the way. So how gorgeous. The shimmer on this particular layout is going to be fantastic. And that goes right up against it. So what I mean about this page going together fast. Usually it's the third page that they have that goes together fast, but this time it's the first. Okay, so that goes like that. Now we're going to put this scalloped look on there, and let me make sure that I don't miss anything else. Bracket, die cut, right? Yep, attach photos. Okay, so photos next. So the first one is going to be, let's start with the one at the bottom. So I've got one that I'm going to pop up, and it's going to be this upper right one. And the reason I chose that is because the one that's going to be on the left here is tucked under things, and so I didn't want to have to pop up everything to make it go over that one. And then I thought this one here would still look good flat too. Sorry. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pause for a moment. I could tell I was going to cough more than once there, so I had to pause. So as we were talking about the photos, so one I'm going to pop up here, one is going to lay flat here, one is going to lay flat here. And the one that lays flat here is going to have a piece over it. So you want to have a photo that's got some space over here so you can lay it over. Or if you don't have that photo, put it under. No big deal, right? Okay, so let's get these measurements right. One at the bottom, see, it's gonna be this one. Now this is my husband's family out in California. So we visited them a few years back, and it was Christmas time. And we don't usually go to visit them at Christmas time because we have a big Christmas here. But that is kind of fun at Christmas time. And I used to live in California. It's kind of cool because, you know, there's no snow. And I know that some of you who live in the north and like me think that you must have snow on Christmas. But the truth is, I loved it. I loved not having snow because I'm not a fan of snow. So when I lived out there, it was awesome. So it was really fun to visit them and not have any snow. So I'm going to lay this one. Now this one could totally be popped up, totally. But I'm just not going to do it. I want the one of me and my husband to kind of stand out. So this is 1/4 inch from the right hand side. And then it's 1 3/4 inch from the bottom of the paper. Okay, and then right above it, 5/8 of an inch from the left-hand side, and then 1/2 inch from the top of that last photo. Let me get my 5/8 inch here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there we go. And you know how I like it straight. So now this one I've already put my foam tape on so that you don't have to sit there and watch me. And I'm going 1/2 inch up and 5/8 inch in. Just like that. And then the last one is going to be 1/4 inch over and 3.5 inches up. So for this one, I will probably make a little mark. Let's see, did I sharpen my pencil? I did. All right, good. So I'm going to kind of do right there, just to give me a little guideline there. And then it's going to be 1/4 inch from the photo of me and my husband. So I'm going to kind of get some adhesive on. Go 1/4 inch over, like that. And where's my line? Whoops, did I lose my line? I'm gonna have to do that again. I kind of lost my line. 3.5 inches up. It just wasn't very dark. Let me darken that a little bit so I can see it better. Okay. And this time I might just kind of judge it being about 1/4 inch, because I can judge 1/4 inch pretty well. And I just want to make sure it's straight. So I'm going to kind of look at these guidelines over here and see that the 2 points that come in on this scallop piece are hitting the photo. And I think we're going to be good just like that. Okay, time to decorate. And let's put this piece first. Now, I am not going to use the title on this one, although I will put it on for you guys. I will kind of just lightly set it down. I'm not going to use the title because it doesn't fit these pictures for me. Because like I just said, I am not a fan of winter. I'm not to me, though I love Christmas and everything, it's not the best time of the year and stuff. So that would just be kind of weird for me to put for myself. Hopefully it's one of the best times for you, but I don't consider it that. So now I guess this is going to go under here. So if you didn't already tack that down too hard, I'm going to just lift that up a little bit. So I'm going to use a different title, and I think I'm going to put Christmas in California. It's probably going to be my title. So this kind of goes under that. Now, if you can't peel it up like I just did, no big deal. Just put it over it. Okay, kind of like that. This is very haphazard on this section here. And then down here, and I think I'll use some pop dots for that, is we've got a little star, and I'll hold it up close so you can see it. And that goes like that. That's going to have a little gem in it later. So that's kind of going about here. And then another star, and this is the gray one. And this is going to go flat because we're going to put a sticker over it. And so that goes kind of here-ish. And then let's find the sticker. So it's this wreath sticker here. And we're going to put the word believe in it, and we can pop that up. But let's just pull the wreath off. Now, this can be popped up too. So I think that's going to go about here. So let's put some foam tape on there too. And I won't be doing as much voiceover on this one because I am trying something new, which is to try to get a lot of this adhesive on early, so you don't have to watch me put it on like you are right now. So I think that if I get adhesive on some of these pages a little faster, then I'll be able to talk directly instead of having to do a voiceover later, and still keep it under 10 to 15 minutes. All right, this is going to go here. And it almost is over the photo. And then there is a little sticker that says believe right there. And I've got tiny pop dots, so I'm going to use those on that. So let me show you that believe. Okay. And I'm just going to use a couple tiny ones there. And that will go in the center of that sticker. And just try to make it straight across. Like that, beautiful. Okay, up here is this. This is another one of the little things we punched out. That can also go on a pop dot, I think. I have all these leftovers from shaker cards that I made. It's one of the nice things about Close to My Heart's little shaker piece things, is you get so many pop dots with them, and you don't use them in the sticker on the shaker card that much. So, okay, we got that, and then I have one more. Okay, where does this go? Okay, this is gonna go over here under the title. I think that's the right one. It looks large. Is that right? Or am I missing something? Maybe there's a star on here. I might have messed up on that. Let me look real quick. Or I might have one more, because I'm seeing a giant star under the best time of the year. Let me make sure that's not a sticker. It definitely looks large. And it might be a punch out that I maybe have with page 2. Let me check that. Make sure I didn't miss something. If so, if I've lost it, it's no big deal. Oh, maybe here it is. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to, this one is going to go over here. That can be popped up. That's the smaller star for project 1. And that will just kind of go right there. And then over here will be this bigger star, and this is going to go flat. This will go under the title. Now for my title later, I'm going to use the remainder of my glitter paper that we're using on this to cut one out on the Cricut. All right, I think that's it for the punch outs. I don't see any more, so all the rest should be stickers. So up here, we've got, first is Celebrate the Season. Put that down here. And I'm going to kind of turn this so I can see it a little closer, and I may use my ruler. Well, I may not need to, because I'm just going to go sort of with the top. Now they have popped them up. I may not pop up all. I think I'm going to sit this one down, and I'm using this border sticker to kind of line up that so that it's straight across. Let me check it. Looks pretty good. Okay, and then the next one I am going to pop up, and that is the Deck the Halls. And for this, I'm using skinny foam tape. and nonstick stickers. Now, did you see how cool the Irresistibles look? I love that. It's an extra little texture look there as mats. And then this is going to go over just slightly. So again, to keep it straight, I'm going to line it up against the edge between these two papers. That just helps me keep it all straight. And then there is a sticker with a star. I think it's this one. And that's just going to go on the edge there. And I'm just going to take a little bit of a pop dot underneath because it goes slightly off the sentiment. And I don't want it to get flat. So I'm going to put it right there. So let me hold that a little close so you can see. Okay. Last one is a journaling kind of thing up here with the silver filigree on there. I'm going to lay that down flat. And I'm going to pull it over slightly so that these are not all lined up in the same row. So let me just make sure that I'm getting it. See, I want to keep my head out of the camera. So I kind of have to judge that a little more carefully. Let me look at it again. Okay, pretty good. I'd say they're all slightly a little bit crooked going down to the right, but that's okay. I'm gonna be cool with it. All right, now all the little gems or dots, whatever we want to call them. And it looks like there's none at the top, so it's this piece here is going to have a little dot on it, and I'm guessing it's the gold. The directions, you know, they're kind of tiny on some of this stuff, so you're going to have to just give a good guess. And then over here is another small gold one. Kind of like that. And then here, another gold. And that one looks medium. So my piercing tool is crooked because I've used it incorrectly on something and bent it. All right. I think these might be gray. This is really hard to tell because it's so small. Let me get it in the light. I don't know. Ugh. They could be more of that same copper color. Let's go with it. I'm gonna go that they chose to go with the copper the whole way through. Copper gold, rose gold, I think is what they call it on here. So a small one in the middle of this star. And a small one in the middle of this star. Oh, and we haven't put our title on yet. Still gotta do that too. So that star. And then one in this one. Again, I'm using small. And then over here is a large flying off into space. And I see a star. So that's gonna be one of these. And it's gray. Kind of right to the right-hand side of that big gem. All right. I don't see any more gems, so now we can go with the title. And like I said, I am not going to actually attach it. I'll just kind of lay it to where you can see. And I may powder it because I want to save it for another day. Because it's a good title, just not at the title for me on this page. What is the best time of year for me? Oh, summer. Summer and a warm fall day. As far as weather goes. Another best time of the year is anytime I'm on a trip. I've got a couple coming up next year. Very excited. All right, let me powder these with the anti-static pouch. And I'm just doing this because this is not going to be my title, but I want you guys to see where it goes. Now, something I've noticed is this anti-static pouch is wonderful, except that after time, if you've let a layout, if you've used this to keep the stickiness off a photo mat, because you're going to put a photo on later and you wait too long, you know, months or whatever, sometimes that stickiness comes back and you have to use a little undo, which I'll show you if you haven't heard of undo. That's how you can lift up anything that was sticky. Okay, so that's going to go kind of about just to the left a little of that other photo and then over this photo. Okay, so that page is done. Now, one thing I didn't talk about was that the pictures I had were very Christmassy, very red and green, and then you got all of that palm trees in the back and stuff. So I just took them in my, I have a Google Photos app, but you can do this in the iPhone Photos app too. Just change them to black and white, and then they'll go with any background paper, but especially look the bomb on silver and gold. So let's move on to the next page. Okay. So because my video is running a little bit long, I thought I would just go ahead and put down page 2, all of the background papers. Now they go exactly the same way as page 1, except they start on the left-hand side. So I know you guys can do that. So now I'm just going to add the photos on. Now, I'm still using the same measurements as they have, even though the photos are actually larger by 1/4 inch now. On this particular set of pages, it didn't matter because it's not going to throw anything off. So it is 3 inches from the bottom and then 3/8 of an inch from the side, and that still worked with it. Now, sometimes when I add an extra mat in there, it's going to mess up the look of the photo, but this one didn't it wasn't a problem for that. Now, that photo up there on the top is 1 3/4 from the left, and then it is 1/4 inch from the first photo. And then this last one is going to be 1/4 inch down from the top photo and 1/4 inch from the side. And I kind of use that line on the right hand side there to line it up. Okay, time to decorate. We're going to start with that big pine cone on the upper left of the sticker sheet. And I trying this out and I realized that this is not going to work because my face is right on the lower left of that photo. So I'm going to move that pine cone up and then put the All Is Bright sticker up there. I've got that on foam tape, and I'm going to add a little foam tape to the kind of hand-drawn pine cone with a sprig there, and that's going to lay over the All Is Bright at the top. And then I'm going to do a little bit of the dots, and I realized that the dots this time are silver, I think. It's really hard to tell. So I added one to the All Is Bright, and I think we're going to use some copper dots down on the lower right. So add that star stickers, and now here is the punch out that says 1225, which it wasn't 1225 for my picture, so I will be changing that. You can change it any way you want, add a sticker to it, flip it over on the other side, whatever you need to do. Put a little piece of paper over it so that it's not 1225 if that doesn't work for you. And I'm tucking a little sticker star underneath and adding 2 dots up there, the big silver and the medium silver. And now these are the journaling strips. And those already have adhesive on it because I have to go through this section a little bit faster. So now I decided copper was working down on the lower right, so we're going to use some copper colored ones there. That'll kind of go with the first page. And that goes right on the right-hand side of that photo. Now it's time for this little shimmery foliage, gold, so pretty. Laying that down and adding in a dot. It's supposed to be a medium dot there. I put a large, but I'll just balance it out later. And then foam tape on the December traditions. And that just slightly goes over that photo. And it definitely goes over the foliage. And then I was going to start to put this peace, love, and joy down when I realized that I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing one more punch out that was left. So where is it? There it is. Okay, so I'm going to put that punch out down and tucking it just slightly under the December traditions and laying that flat. That does not have pop tape on it. And that looks much, much better. And I think that, yeah, there I've got a little sticker, just a tiny little sprig of holly that goes under the Peace, Love, and Joy. And that's also on foam tape. And then to the left of that Peace, Love, and Joy, I'm going to put this star. And the star will need a little piece of pop tape under it, or a pop dot. And then some extra little things we got. I used medium there, which was really supposed to be large. And then a gold sticker. And then one more small dot, copper colored. And I think we might be done with that. And it's time to show the whole thing. So I'm going to add my title back into the first page so that you can see the whole layout together. And there you go.